Hey, how you doing? I'm Adam Post, publisher of College of the Dead, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books, someone who actually knows business, knows comics, and knows crowdfunding, and knows ComicsGate. Now, I've been around ComicsGate for more than a year. I think I'm starting to catch on. But you know what's pretty surprising is I've got Mike S. Miller and Edwin Boyette putting their heads together, trying to figure out my business and my business plan for College of the Dead and my publishing. And they put all the math together, and it equals clueless. They don't know what they're talking about. They are ridiculous. All right. First of all, I'll tell you all about it, and I'll show you where this all comes from. But you already know they're clueless. I'm going to tell you why they're clueless, like as of tonight, and how this impacted my campaign. As usual, Mike and Edwin don't know what they're doing, and as a result, they cause a response that only makes them look dumber and makes everyone else look smarter. Mike Miller, Edwin Boyette, clueless. Okay, subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. You want to see more of these videos. This is going to be a special video in my Secrets of the ComicsGate Network series, specifically talking about anti-ComicsGate and what the power of ComicsGate actually is. So this guy, Death Pusher, who I don't know who Death Pusher is. He was in a stream of mine earlier and said one or two nice things. You know, I was helping to promote another ComicsGate guy who's got an updated campaign. And he found this clip of Edwin and Mike talking. And they were talking about my campaign, my current campaign, College of the Dead graduation day, now on Indiegogo. And saying, you know, essentially, hey, this guy, Adam Post, has College of the Dead up there, and, you know, he does everything that ComicsGate tells him to do. He goes on streams, and, you know, he's out there, and he's trying to promote his book, but he only has 90 backers. So Mike decides, you know, he's also going to mock ComicsGate and say, well, that's the power of ComicsGate. You know, that's what Ethan says. And my business has nothing to do with the campaign not doing massive numbers yet. There's reasons why my campaign is not doing massive numbers yet, but my campaign actually is and has been doing very well compared to where I started. And when people don't understand business and they don't know what they've got, they take things for granted. And that's what Mike and Edwin both did. They thought, oh, you know what, Ethan Van Sciver, he's no big deal. We can sell comics on our own. We'll come up with our own marketing strategies. We don't have to respect customers. All the customers are stupid, and these two guys seem to know everything. Well, let me tell you about the power of ComicsGate. My first campaign did $5,300. It took 60 days, and I got 100 backers. And I delivered and shipped on time, October of 2019. As promised, everybody loved the book that got it, really, sincerely. People really liked the writing. They really liked the art, and they were really impressed that they got what was promised to them. It was delivered. People said good things about it. Another 5 months later, we sell additional copies, and it does $10,600 with 209 backers. Fantastic. But 100 backers in 60 days, because I was coming from nowhere and had like no platform. I had some people helping me out, but I didn't have my own YouTube channel like Ethan and John Malin always recommend. Build your platform before you launch your book. I wasn't ready to do that, but you know, I did it on my own anyway, and I knew I was going to have smaller numbers as a result. But I thought to myself, you know what, let me deliver my book. If I deliver my book, I can show people what I can do. And I'll have the respect of other people who are important in ComicsGate, like War Campaign, like Ethan, like John Malin, a number of other guys. You know, but the point is, if I deliver, people will know who I am, and then I can go out and I can do more the next time around. That was my plan. All right. So I launched College of the Dead Book 2, Graduation Day, full color. The first one was black and white. Full color, beautiful book, really well received. People really like the artwork. The story is actually even a little bit better than College of Dead Book 1 because the theme happened to be executed really, really brilliantly with me and my writer, Stefan Petruka, same writer from before. Really, really interesting and really well done, thought-provoking, actually. Excellent, excellent, excellent work. the book looks great, the color looks great. So, why is my campaign not doing well? Well, the campaign is doing well. The campaign was doing well. Do I want to do enormous numbers on my campaign? Of course, that would be fantastic. But the most important thing is that you deliver a good book, you keep your promises, and you keep getting bigger next time out. And if you can get deeper into the ComicsGate community, you can build your YouTube channel and have more people following you, and you get an opportunity to respect more people, you'll do more business the next time. I did this is a 30-day campaign. In 12 days, I did as much money as I did in 60 days. That's a 500% increase, right? Because if you divide 60 by 12, it's 5. So the run rate currently on revenue at this stage, and it's higher than this is now, 54 and 40, but the run rate of the revenue is 12 days in equals 60 days of business. Now, I haven't even been on Ethan Van Sciver, or hadn't even been on Ethan Van Sciver's show talking about my book. I hadn't been on John Malin's channel. I hadn't been on Antonio Bryce's channel. I had all those opportunities with my prior campaign. Why haven't I been on those channels? Because everybody's been a little bit busy. The campaign is not over yet. I have 18 days left, and I'll probably extend it. We'll see. I probably will. And then later it'll be probably in demand as well, because I'm already into College of the Dead book 3. This is just my second one. So the campaign's doing well. 500% is a pretty big increase. Funding a book within 12 days at the level with just the same number of backers practically. 98 is not close enough to 100 for these idiots, for these freaking morons. It's pretty close. So to fund the campaign in 12 days without having Ethan Van Sciver's support, meaning without being on his channel, pushing my book and playing my freaking awesome trailer, of course it's damn good to do that. Who would you tell that in a 60-day time period, not only did you make your funding goal, I'm not even talking about that. In a 12-day time period, you did 100% of what you could do in 60 days in the past. That is hugely successful. But to not comprehend that is the work of morons. And this is the list they were looking at. They were looking at like, oh, well, Van Sciver's doing 378,000 on his new Wreck Planet 2, and Orgasm Girl was doing 9,800, and Pandemic is already up to 8,865, but College of the Dead, he's going on these shows. He's only got 94 backers. It's like, because there's a lot of other projects going. A lot. It's difficult to get exposure, and you have to take the opportunity when you get them. This entitlement that Mike Miller and Edwin Boyette had, because Ethan Van Sciver was kind to Mike, beyond kind and supportive, when he was trying to launch Lone Star, and when he was launching his The Meg Theme G whatever collection of books that Ethan sold probably $40,000 worth when Mike wasn't even there. It's not because Mike's a great artist, it's because Ethan's a great salesman. That's why those books sold, because Ethan's a great entertainer. That's why those books sold, because Ethan knows how to create a story out of the reality show of publishing comics. And he made Mike fun and interesting too. But Mike and Edwin are not fun and interesting. They're boring and weird on their own, which is why Mike's campaign was not even doing as well as my campaign. I mean, he had essentially the same number of backers. What is this? $5,300, $5,383 on Kickstarter for Bless This Mess, with 48 hours to go. Kickstarter does not do flexible funding goals. So unless somebody finds $5,000, maybe it'll be Edwin, but unless someone finds $5,000 to throw at Mike's campaign, he's not even going to get funded. So that's their situation. So this was College of the Dead 1. This was College of the Dead 2. And because these dummies sent this tweet out, not tweet, but they made this dopey video, and this great guy, Death Pusher, who I don't know who he is, but nice guy. But because of him, Ethan Van Sciver and John Malin were like, well, fine, let's get Adam Post on the show. Let's send him a link and talk to him for a few minutes. So I was on Ethan's show tonight for about 15 minutes. And this is the power of ComicsGate. I went, let's refresh it just to double check. I went, oh my God. I mean, look at this is the power of ComicsGate. I was at 54:40 before the 15 minutes that I got onto Ethan Van Sciver's show. Ethan and John played my really cool trailer. I'm tempted to play it now. I'm going to stick it at the end of this video. So I want to stay on a roll here. But, now it's 75-20. Where did that come from? It came from Ethan Van Sciver. I mean, it's almost a 50% increase in funding. Is that not good enough? I don't know what Edwin and Mike are trying to do other than to try to justify why this is somehow a success, or why not taking care of customers and not respecting customers is some kind of success, or the nonsensical name calling that they do with ComicsGate is somehow that's how they win. But even more so, I want to tell you about the power of ComicsGate. I'm very happy. I like making money. It's great. I thank you for the business. Definitely support my campaign. But being around the ComicsGate people is a privilege, and we help each other so much. And I'll tell you how this is how I made an additional, whatever it is, $2,000, $2,100, whatever it turns out to be, just from tonight. I was contacted by these guys with this project, Skits, The Sun, Book One. It's actually a husband and wife team. They have a pretty cool comic. It's going to be really creative. You might have seen it around. They contacted me yesterday, and they said, hey, we'd love to get on your channel, Adam. Now, I have a channel. Again, make sure you subscribe, click the bell for notifications. I'm not some big fancy channel like Ethan. He has 130,000 plus subscribers. But I have some, and I have influencers, and I have people who follow me, and we're like a little over 800 subs, building up the channel. So they contact me and they said, hey, we'd like to promote our book. And I messaged them back. I'm like, okay, when's it launching? And they're like, well, we really want to push our pre-launch page because we really want to build our pre-launch list before we launch. You know what? That's the right thing to do. So all right, let me make some time for you. I did it tonight. This is very much relevant to the whole story. This is the power of ComicsGate. It's not a long, crazy story. It's an appropriate, long, crazy story. But anyway, so yeah. I was like, okay, come on. So I go on. They come on. All right. Now, this is as of tonight, maybe 27 people. I think it's 3 more people saw it. I spent 45 minutes talking to these wonderful couple, looking at their really creative project, just supporting them. So they're asking me for help. I'm supporting them. Fine. I had 27 views. 27 is not a big audience. I don't normally get an awesome, gigantic audience. But even yesterday, I did a video promoting 3 guys' campaigns who are closing. None of the creators were on my channel. I just did it myself with a couple of the other guys that jumped in with me, but none of the actual creators of the comics. And their campaigns were ending soon. But these guys reached out. They wanted to do it. So 27 views. It's fine, But in that chat group, in that view count, was this guy, Death Pusher. I mean, there's not that many names. He made a couple of cool statements. I was like, this guy's cool. I don't know if it's a war campaign account. So I don't know who Death Pusher is. He seemed like a nice person, even though they have kind of a, Death Pusher. It's a hell of a name. But anyway, what's the point? The point is, without Death Pusher, this little clip wouldn't have happened, right? And then with this clip happening, it got Ethan's attention because now they're denigrating ComicsGate. They're using me and the fact that I started with a relatively smallish second campaign to mock me and to mock my campaign and to mock Ethan Van Sciver. And Ethan very kindly said they're examining the top crowdfunded books and are making fun of comics we love. That's me. Brilliant, but underselling at the moment College of the Dead. It's very nice of Ethan to say that. But he had to clarify what the hell was going on. I didn't even understand these guys were talking about me. I was busy supporting Wanger's show, Wangcast. But in any case, it's because I supported Styx that Death Pusher was in my chat on my little tiny promotional show for Skits. That Death Pusher then got Ethan's attention with this clip that then turned into Ethan Van Sciver saying, hey, Adam, I'm sending you a link. Come on your show. Let's start talking about College of the Dead, because we hadn't gotten to that since I had launched. Just because I'm on Ethan Van Sciver's channel relatively frequently, which sometimes is more than once a week. Sometimes it's once every few weeks. It just depends on what he has going on. I always try to make myself available. It's always fun to be on the show. But it's not always appropriate for me to be pushing my book on his channel. That's the way I feel about it. Last time I was on, we just launched Cyberfrog 2. I was on the channel with him. That was the only thing I was interested in talking about for that day. It was Cyberfrog 2. I knew there'd come a day that we could promote College of the Dead graduation day on his channel because we had promoted my prior one on his channel. Even with that energy, it took a lot to get the first book going. But once you deliver and the community knows who you are, look at how much can happen for people. Now, I wanted to help the Skits people, and I will continue to help the Skits people, as will other people. And I wanted to be nice to whoever Death Pusher is, and I was in the chat with him. But that is the power of ComicsGate. We help each other, we help each other, we help each other, and we protect what we have. So when Ethan Van Sciver's ComicsGate is getting criticized by these negative Nancys, these anti-ComicsGate people, of course he's going to stick up if it's appropriate. My book's good. It's completely done. It's ready to ship. Ethan knows I do quality. And he likes zombies too. So why wouldn't he back me up? Right? So moral of the story is these guys are idiots. You put the two of them together, you don't even have one good idea. They could have done the homework. They could have looked at my first campaign. They're both aware of my first campaign and compared 1 to 1 and not embarrassed themselves with this. But they can't help themselves. I don't know what the hell it is that they're doing. But they helped me make money tonight. If I had known, I'd offer Mike and say, hey, Mike, why don't you start talking smack about me? Or get your friend Edwin to talk smack about me and criticize my campaign as being a failure so that Ethan can boost it up. And I'll tell you something else, too, about how we all feel about ComicsGate. If for some reason my campaign was a failure, I would not be promoting it with ComicsGate. I'd pull the campaign. I wouldn't let anything happen to ComicsGate. It's too important. And sometimes projects don't work. But this project is kicking ass. This project is now 50% more than it was when I launched the damn thing, the first campaign that I launched, within 60 days. And I'm not even half into this campaign yet. And something tells me I might be on Ethan Van Sciver's show before too long, or John Malin's show before too long, or Cecil's show before too long, talking about College of the Dead, showing these two yokels, Edwin and Mike, how comic books are promoted, sold, and marketed. And it really is all about having loyalty to the community, because I had loyalty to Styx, and I was respectful to whoever Death Pusher is, and Death Pusher was looking out for me. So he was saying here that they don't get it. They should be worrying more about their own failing campaigns and not talking about my campaign. That's what it's all about. Loyalty, promoting each other, supporting each other, not doing one thing to get back another thing other than to look at producing a good product for the customer and taking care of the people that are looking out for you as well. We've built a really successful community here, a really healthy, creative community that for anybody that wants to just do good and help each other out and do their best work, it's an amazing once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I am incredibly proud to be part of the ComicsGate group. I would do anything to help these guys out. I'm proud to be one of them. I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams, a lot more videos. I want you to subscribe to my channel. Click the bell for notifications. Any comments below, any thoughts that are on your mind, I'd love to see them. I read every comment and I try to reply to everyone. And I will see you soon. And if I don't see you, I will miss you. College of the Dead trailer coming right up.